Hey everyone, how y'all doing, man? I'm in traffic right now, trying to go fishing. So I've been tying some stuff for my 3-weight fly rod or my 4-weight. I have a glass 4-weight, and I got this brand new 3-weight. I'll probably use the graphite 3-weight today, just because I never really got a review on it. I'm taking my pup with me to the river, and boy, she just alerted up. Like, hey, what's going on? So, there's a lot of traffic, and you know what? It's like sprinkling. I don't think it's going to rain. I hope everyone's getting this alert. But yeah, I tied I tied like really small flies on number 10 hooks. Because I'm of the belief, and I've caught several large fish on really small flies, and I seem to catch larger fish. Now, I think the biggest fly rod fish that I've caught was a 5 or 6 pound bass. It was about 20 inches when I caught it. It was a big old sucker, man. And so that was probably like 5 pounds or something. Big old thick bucket mouth. And I caught it on a 3-weight fly rod. And you know, that day I caught like 40 fish. I caught a 7 pound catfish because I measured it. I took some measurements and just roughly guessed it was 7 pounds on a little small fly. So, you know, the fact that, you know, people that say that you need like game changers and all that stuff. Well, the only time you need game changers is when that's the only thing they're eating when is those big, like chub minnows or something like that. You know, that's when I do good with game changers. But I actually have some game changers that I can throw on this 3-weight. They're like right under 2 inches. So, man, I haven't driven in this traffic, man. It's insane, dude. So, I tied those up, and I'm gonna do a comparison between some store-bought flies, and what I'm gonna see is what kind of fish they catch and how they hold up to fish. And then I'm gonna see how the ones I tied, hold up to fish. Mine are really simple, so I mean, if a fish bites it shouldn't rip it apart, because I kind of over-design them, you know, even though they're small. Or over-engineer them. There you go. Yeah, I went to the store yesterday, and I you know, because I don't know if there's going to be a food shortage, because this friend of mine in Oklahoma, he said that things are getting a little hard. Some of the stuff that he likes are getting a little more difficult to find on the shelves. And he takes a lot of food with him on the truck, because, you know, he's a trucker, and, you know, he doesn't really like to spend money. But anyhow, I'm gonna see if I can get off here. Should I just go to the next one? I might go inside to the next one. This one's kind of insane right here. I'll go to the one up in Military. And so I went and bought about almost $200 worth of canned protein, like different meats, because I'm growing a garden and I got eggs. I just you know, if I need any protein, you know, when you're you know, when you're eating, you got to eat like all the amino acids, because those are what keep you from like having heart problems and getting sick. You know, having a variety of like amino acids, foods with amino acid. Now, like that canned food might not be the best food for you, you know, with preservatives and stuff, but, you know, this is for like a, you know, if you don't have any meat, you know, then you have to eat that, and it'll keep your teeth healthy, and that's key. So when you eat like a diversity of food. So anyhow, that's kind of my thought behind that. So hey, guy, you're watching me on my channel? Cool. Who is this? Say your name. I'll recognize you. But I'm going fishing right now with some of the flies I tied, and I'm going to compare my flies to some store-bought flies with fish catchability and everything else. So, and durability and so forth. But I'm in San Antonio right now, and I'm driving to a spot on the other side of town from my house. I live outside of San Antonio, but I'm driving through San Antonio to get to this place. And it's kind of sprinkling. I hope it doesn't get real bad. But I was just talking about a couple of things with the with kind of like the inflation and stuff that's going on, about like, you never know what's going to happen, and how I guess you heard about that, but just making a video for the channel to to kind of get people alerted to it again. But I don't know, you have any questions? Hello? I got my dog with me. I'm going to take my dog. I don't know if that's a good idea, but she'll freak out if I leave her at home and my wife's not there. My wife has something to do today. So, she's definitely a people person, a people dog. Right, Marley Boo. She is definitely my favorite dog I've ever owned. Definitely. She's a good dog. I had a lab when I was a kid, so I haven't really had, I've never, the lab was awesome when I was a kid, but, something happened. I can't remember what happened to him. Oh, someone, he got into some poison or something. I don't know. Because we lived in the country, and we used to let him go around, and someone blamed him for getting into his trash. He never got into our trash, so I think that was kind of ludicrous for him to think so, especially when there's like raccoons and stuff. I think people just like to be mean. But he was a good dog, and when he died, I have like a scar on my finger. I thought he had something stuck in his throat, and I was trying to clear it to see, and he bit me right before he died, and I had to get a bunch of stitches and stuff. But it was bad. I think I was about 19 years old. I was in like my first or second year of college, and I was living with my parents, and they live out in like the country and stuff. And but he was a good dog, man. Like as far as hunting and stuff. I mean, he was a Labrador, but he would point, he would retrieve, and if like quail hunting, if there were no quail around, he would look at you like, hey, well, there's no quail, I'm not smelling any quail, and then and we'd tell him, all right, well, go ahead and let's hunt some rabbits. And so we would hunt rabbits, and he'd point the rabbits out and keep them held, and we'd shoot them, and he'd go pick them up and bring them back to us, man. It was cool, man. So, yep. Those were the days, man. Kind of miss that stuff, man. Miss fishing, or miss, just miss being young, People don't realize how much simpler, like, life was like in the 70s. Like, I was like 10 years old, or 11 in 1979. Okay. I was like 11 years old. So as a child, I lived through all the 70s. I was born in 68. Well, really 69. So I was born in the latter part of December of 68. So, but, very simple. You could walk around and stuff outside, and you didn't have to, no one worried about their kids being abducted. Just a lot simpler. You know, we had all these creeks that didn't get like rerouted into these big old wide ditches, and so you'd go to eat. So they weren't like wide, right? These creeks, but they were deep, and you could catch like big fish, man, out of them, you know. And they were right down the street from us, you know. And we were kids, and we sometimes just fish with like sticks and strings and stuff, make our own fishing poles. A lot simpler time back then, man. You know, the computers. Everyone thought it was a big thing to... One left. So 10 minutes. So, no one said anything. All right, well, I tell you what, I guess that's a cue for me to, like, for me to, like, end this.